All right, guys, let's do this. What up? It's JoJo on the radio. This is the iHeartRadio Countdown. It is a pleasure to meet you, PinkPantheress. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. You're from, what, Somerset, England, right?
No.
Well, I read that wrong then. Somebody lied to me. Where are you from?
I did. And I'm from Bath. And but I was actually raised in Canterbury.
And where's home now?
London.
London it's a special place, man. Just something about it. Have you ever thought about like relocating to LA or New York? Or are you sticking with,
No, I'm honestly, I have the same opinion as you. Like, I love London. I'm not from there, that's why. Like, I feel like if I was born and raised there, like, it would be a different story. But just moving there, like, a few years ago, like, I love it so much. Your
real name, of course, top secret. By the way, genius too. At least I'm told, unless people have figured it out. But kind of keep it top secret, right?
It's actually weird. I actually don't know. I'm really weird with it. Like, sometimes I just say it, sometimes I don't. But now you brought it up, I'm not going to say it.
Well, I don't think you should.
I'm not going to.
Why the name? Okay, I've heard the story about PinkPantheress, where it came from like a game show thing, or is that? Walk me through that again. Like, how'd you?
Okay, cool. Basically, when I was growing up, like, I was really obsessed with game shows. I actually nearly went on a game show, but then they found out what I did, and then they stopped me from going on. But basically, yeah. So I love game shows a lot. And so when I used to watch them like at school, when I got home from school, I did this weird thing where I'd always want to be right. So I'd hear a question, then I'd answer out loud what I thought the answer was. And if the answer was wrong, then I would literally rewind it just so they could ask it again and I could then say the right answer.
You're obsessed with this stuff, right?
It's weird. I can't explain to you why I did it. But basically, yeah, so the question was, what is a female panther called? And then I was like, I literally said Panthera or Pantera. Like, I thought it was something like that. It was Pantheress. I rewinded it and then it stuck with me. And I was like, oh my God, like, of course it's Pantheress. Like, it's so, I just thought it was such a cool name. I thought it was just so great. And then I was making my TikTok account and I just wanted to be called Pantheress. And then it was taken. So then I was like, well, Pink Panther. Like, and
it just stuck and...
Yeah, and I didn't want it to stick either. I sometimes I regret it being my artist name, but like,
what names were you debating on aside from?
But that's the other thing. I don't know what else I would have done. And actually, it works out sometimes in my favor because it's such a stupid name that people kind of are intrigued by it.
Oh, like, it's stupid. It's working.
It's silly.
Hey, what game show were you going to go on? Like the one they wouldn't let you on?
Me and my best friend were going to go on a show called Pointless, which you guys don't have over here.
We don't. I don't think I've heard of it. Do we have it here?
No.
What do you do? Like, is it something crazy or?
No, it's not. It's just like you go on this show and basically it's kind of hard to get your head around, but basically they ask you questions and if you get they ask 100 people a question and you have to basically get the answer right that no one said. So for example, if I said, name a red fruit and everyone in this room said apple or strawberry and I said cherry, I would win because no one said it, but it's still right.
We have game shows that are kind of the exact opposite of that. Like, guess the most popular answer, whatever
Feud
it is.
Family Fortunes. Yeah, we have Family Fortunes. You have Family Feud.
You are working on, tell me if I'm wrong, debut album, under the mixtape came out 21. Debut album, progress report. How are we doing? 50% done, 60 not done?
Not zeroed.
Really? So this report is absolutely, are you working on it or not?
I don't.
You're always writing music, I'm guessing.
No.
You're not?
When I was making my mixtape, it was just like, okay, I want to put these songs out on a project. But this time around, yeah, I am trying to make it conceptual. However, one thing about me that's always been the case, even from my first song to this new one, Boys Liars, like, it really takes me about 2 hours to make a song. So
from writing to recording.
To finish, usually, yeah, it would take me like 2 hours.
Shut that. Dude, you could do a whole album in a weekend, you
know?
I
could, but I would never do that. It's silly. But I could do that.
Right.
But I'm not going to. But basically what I'm trying to let you know is just like, there's no rush for me to get started now for it to come out in like September or whenever it would come out.
Right. So there is a potential body of music in some form coming. Maybe. Or maybe not.
Yeah, because honestly, like, yeah, who knows? So
if somebody asked me, hey JoJo, did PinkPantheress say she was working on an album? I'm going to say, I don't know.
You would, yes.
That's the best answer.
That's what I would school you into saying.
I'm going to go. That's what I'm going with. Do you have any crazy fan encounters? I know your fans are beautiful, wonderful, lovely people, one being my daughter. But every now and then somebody gets a little extra, and I just love these stories. Do you have a crazy fan encounter story for me?
There was, I don't know how crazy it is, to be fair, but
That's okay.
there was a fan who like, well, there's a few stories, but I'm just picking this one because it just killed me. There was a fan. I did a show. I did a tour. My first tour around America was 4 dates. It was LA, San Francisco. I think that I can't remember the other two. New York, and there was someone that had traveled with me for each one.
No kidding.
No, I'm not joking.
So every stop, you're like, hey, that girl looks familiar. That guy looks familiar.
Yeah.
And then the next one, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah. And he went to, and I was like, what are you doing here again? And he's like, I'm following you. Like, I came to each one. I bought a ticket for each one.
God, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, it's cool.
I love it because, no, I love it. And I'll say why I love it. Because when I was that age, or actually, I think he was older than me, weirdly. But when I was younger, I would, honestly, like, I was a stan of a lot of things. So.
Right.
And do you know what a stan is?
Yeah, like K-pop stan, whatnot.
Sure, but do you know the etymology?
I do not.
Okay, you know the song Stan by Eminem?
Yes.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
Now it's coming together for me.
It's coming together, but it just gives you more context. But basically, yeah. When I was a kid, I would do crazy stuff. So it doesn't freak me out. It just makes me go like, yeah, this is a really dedicated fan. Plus, when people are fans of me, it's weird. It's either you're not a fan of me or when you are a fan. I mean, I can't speak for everyone. But what I've accounted is like when people are fans, they are fans.
Like they're all in or not at all.
It's either like, okay, there's 3 stages, I guess. It's like not a fan at all, don't know anything, know the big ones, like the regular, and then you've got like insane, they know everything about me. Like,
wow.
Yes.
Like they know more than, like if they were in a battle on a game show, they would win in the topic of you.
They would win. If they went on Mastermind, they would win.
Man, what's the crazy? You said you did that as a kid, like traveling.
Yeah.
I
didn't travel for anyone. Actually, no, I did.
Who?
My Chemical Romance. I bought tickets to see them in Dublin by myself, and I was like 16.
I keep seeing posts about how many, all these articles about how much you love My Chemical Romance.
Yes.
Your mixtape, which came out in October of 21, to hell with it. The artwork was inspired by American Horror Story. And I guess I read that you wanted it to be like your own kind of murder house kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Where did you take that picture? What was that house?
In Faversham.
Was it, because the original, the house that inspired, the real Horror Story house is really haunted. That's what I've heard that they've seen. I'm really into the paranormal, so we'll get to that later on too. But sure. I've heard that they've seen like some figure of a butler walking through the house and nobody's there. Is the house you stood in front of, is that haunted too, or that's just no? You know what? Actually, fair enough. I don't believe in the paranormal. Oh, we're gonna fight. Because I'll tell you why. No, you can fight. We can fight. I'm just kidding. You can believe what you want to believe. No. Honestly, there's a full video of me doing one of those paranormal like endeavors where you like go in like with the readers and you see, and there's full footage of me doing it, and there was nothing there, and that was supposedly at the most haunted castle, and it was a full-on castle in the UK. How exciting was that though? I mean, it was great, but honestly, I will admit something. I was knocking things. I was making tap noises on the side of the bed on purpose to kind of like play a game with her, but she believed it, unfortunately. So I'm sorry, Hazel, if you're watching this. Sorry, Hazel. But the house was, just the backstory of that house, that was just a famous house, like a prop kind of a thing? Or no. Oh, you mean the one I took the picture of? Yeah. It's a real house, and actually they use it for films. But it's just a house very close to where I'm from, and it looked good. And in terms of the history behind it, I wasn't reading that into it too tough. But. Tour plans. This Boys Are Liars just been crazy, and we'll get to that in a couple of moments. We have to a lot of things in a few moments. But there got to be a tour, like a crazy, like multiple crazy dates. Are we there yet, or what are we doing? Maybe. I'm just focusing more on your Darth Vader tattoo. What do you think? That's pretty cool. You have a couple of tats, right? No, I don't. None? Actually, I do. I have one on my face. On your face? Yeah. I don't see it. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you where it is, but it's on there. Oh, really? What is it? What's it of? You can see it? No? Is the camera on me right now? Can you see it? Is it on me? It's on you. It is? Okay. I got a mole tattooed on my face here. Really? Yeah. Let me see. That's a tattoo. Yeah. It looks like a real, like a... Yeah, it would. Well, I'd hope so. I guess that's the whole point. But I like good. I actually love Star Wars. I love it. Tattoos are so addicting. You get one and you'll end up with, 10. It's just one of those things. Wow. I don't know. Or maybe for you it's not the same. I don't know. But well, no, but everyone says that to me. Like once you get one, like you really end up like wanting to get way more. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
All my tats are like Darth Vader. I got X-Files. You know, I
Wow,
got
you're a nerd.
Michael Jackson. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. We'll get to that, you know.
You're a nerd. And I think it's cool.
Oh, all right. I'm going to play Boy's a Liar in a few moments. Is that, no names required, but is that a true story or is it just sort of a fictional thing?
Well, if you've listened to the lyrics, I'm not saying you have or haven't, but I'm just saying.
I have 1,000 times.
Perfect.
I play it 100 times a day.
Oh, then good. Honestly, it's not a specific story, but it's more of a testament to how probably a lot of people feel. And I'm not just relating it about women either, it's about anyone. Because the lyrics I'm saying, like, you only want to hold me when I'm looking good enough. And I'm sure there's so many people that feel like the significant other only wants to hold them when they're looking good enough. That could be you or your wife or anyone or your partner or whatever. You know, maybe they only like hold you when your hair is like styled a certain way. You know?
Right.
And that is what the song is about.
So it's not loosely based on anything that happened.
Oh, for sure it is. But actually, no, I was explaining how like I wrote it.
Oh, gotcha.
And then something actually happened after the fact, which is kind of weird. But
so like life imitating art.
Yeah.
And does this person know that, no names, but do they know that's kind of a crazy order?
I don't know if they know. But I'm not giving any energy to anyone.
None. Zero.
No. But no, I don't know if they know. Potentially. But that's the fun of it, is like no one, like they won't know if it's about them. Because it could be about anyone.
That's true. Boy's a Liar. Let's do it. Part 2, of course, featuring Ice Spice. Talk about the song. What else do people need to know? And just give me something on the video, too.
Honestly, the song is a pretty open book. I don't think the world needs to know anything about the song. Apart from what they hear. And the video was really interesting to film. Because obviously, like, I'm not from the Bronx. And I'm a very far cry from the Bronx, actually. I'm from, countryside. So, not countryside, but I was just not, it was just, I didn't have the facilities to equip myself with what the Bronx was going to throw at me.
Right.
And I went there and I was kind of like, oh wow, like this is a different change of pace. But there was such a big team there, and honestly, everyone was so amazing. And actually, I never do showers, but shout out to the director, George and Frederick, the twins. They're the most, like, they were the most, like, they were so young. They're like 17 years old, but they were like killing it, and they were like telling us what to do and like how to do it. And I feel like not just me, but I think also like Isis as well. Like when you're kind of thrown into an environment like that where like you're kind of being told, like, there's cameras on you. Like I feel like both of us as such new artists, is kind of like, it's hard to like really feel comfortable sometimes in front of a camera. And I think for me, it came less naturally than it did for her. I think she's a natural. Me, it's kind of like, I'm quite awkward still in front of cameras. But it was, they did a good job with the editing, because it could have been a lot, it could have been god awful. But they edited it really well.
And I think I saw, this is the national countdown. It goes everywhere, but I'm based in LA. I don't spend a lot of time in New York. But was it Canal Street or something? I recall some street behind you.
It could have been my own front doorstep, and I wouldn't have known.
But people are walking around, I guess, like just random people. And that's kind of hard to make kind of focus when people are staring at times and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
And how long have you known Ice Spice, or did you guys just meet prior to shooting this?
Yeah, literally just prior to shooting this.
Wow. So just kind of, you just got paired by a manager, an agent, or whatever?
Oh, no, never. I never do things like that. I think that's so like soulless, honestly. We didn't get paired by anyone. I just literally just
reached out to her.
Yeah.
2-part question. Part number 1, what do you consider your best live performance ever? Like, what made it so great? It was almost perfect.
My favorite.
And then the flip of that, what do you consider your worst? Everything just about went straight to hell. What do you got?
Well, my boiler room, I did a boiler room, and if you don't know what that is, it's just a set. You just do a set in front of this audience that's like basically like it's very, like raw and rough. Like there's no barriers or anything. People just stood around you. Like it was, and that was my best. And it's on YouTube, so if you want to watch, you can. That was probably my best, just because it was just. it was great surroundings, like good people surrounding me. My worst was just probably my first ever show I did. Actually, that's a big fat lie. Probably Chicago, Lollapalooza, Chicago.
Oh man, what happened there?
I was suffering from a cold, and I was singing really badly. And I asked the crowd to sing, and I don't think they sang. And then jumped off stage. Well, I didn't jump off, but I went off stage, and when I was trying to get back on, I like nearly fell and died.
Oh, dude, this is like, so you learned a lot. I mean, it happens to everybody. Crazy
It
stuff
doesn't,
goes down.
though.
Yeah, I've heard this. Dude, I had somebody tell me, I forget who it was, they fell off stage and the microphone went into his throat. That's pretty bad. Can you imagine like the sound it made on the speakers? Like, you know, PinkPantheress. Jeff, that sounds terrible. I read that your main visual reference point, not sure what that means, is horror movies.
Yeah.
You love Saw.
Yeah.
What top three horror movies? Because I am a fan of scary movies.
What's yours first?
My top 3 movies: The Shining. We're going a lot of classics.
Yeah.
The Exorcist. You're hating on The Exorcist.
No, I'm not hating. They're just regular ones. And respectfully.
Okay, and Halloween, the original.
Oh,
The Conjuring.
come on.
Dude, okay, give me
Please.
Please. What do you got? Give me some.
Okay, obviously Saw, love it.
I love Saw.
Love it. I said Hostel.
Right.
And I had one in my head like, oh, okay, I'm a big fan of Alfred Hitchcock. Love him down.
Like old school, like The Birds and Psycho and all that.
I don't know why, but I just do. And honestly, my favorite film from him is Vertigo. But it's not much of a horror film, but it is spooky, creepy. I'd say Vertigo, yeah. Or Psycho.
Yeah, his movies, though, inspired a lot of the ones that, you know,
exactly
to this day, you know. You already told me basically the answer to this question. I'm obsessed with the paranormal, PinkPantheress. Mm-hmm. Ghost, UFOs, everything in between. I've got a podcast called Paranormalish. I camp out at I camp out at haunted houses. It's insane. I know. You don't believe in the paranormal, even though you've been to some places and nothing. But you only how many haunted places have you been to?
Probably countless, because I actually put myself in the position.
And nothing's ever happened.
No.
Okay, here's a challenge for you. Whenever you go on tour, you do dates all over, you know. I want you to request a haunted room at some haunted hotel and just tell me what happens.
Have you done that?
Yeah, I've done it.
So you believe in it fully fledged?
I believe some stories are just a bunch of BS, but I think it's real. Not every story is real, but I think it's real.
And you've experienced something firsthand?
I've had doors slam on me that I can't explain.
No.
Now, yeah.
It's called wind.
That happened it happened on the 5th, no.
That's
it was the 11th floor in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
We were no windows.
Yeah.
No windows. Maybe it was something crazy.
No, I'm joking.
Maybe I'm drunk as a skunk. You know, I might have been drunk. You know. But one of these days, request a haunted room and just kind of see what happens.
Okay.
And if anything, whatever, just when we meet again, say, JoJo, here's the report. Nothing happened. Or if something happened, give me details.
I will actually do that.
Fair enough. Most people tell me no.
I was going to, and then I thought, no, I'm sick of being rude today. I'm going to do it.
You've been rude today?
No. No, as in people keep telling me to do things. I'm like, I'm not doing it. So,
do what you want to do.
I'm going to do what you just told me to do.
It's not if you would like to, I would love to hear some, like, the report back on just the full rundown.
Literally.
Okay.
I will.
Fair enough. True or false, you were inspired by Doja Cat to follow music as a career.
Yeah.
What's the story? Did you meet up with her?
No. What? I just watched an interview.
And that
was it. And no, because honestly, it's the what I love. If you haven't been able to tell, I'm a simple girl, and I'm very simple. I heard her say the most simple sentence, and that was enough to make me go, damn, she ate that.
What was the sentence?
She said, I'd be annoyed at myself if I didn't at least try. And that was it. I was like, guy, I would be mad annoyed at myself if I didn't try. Like, if I'm set, 60, and I just, I didn't do this or didn't try, I would be so bloody pissed off.
That's great advice, because you'd always be thinking, what if, What
if?
Like, what if you didn't stay in that haunted hotel room? You'd never know. Once again, back to that. That's, and Doja Cat, she's just something else too. She's spectacular.
Yeah.
You huge K-pop fan, I'm told?
Yes.
Who do you stan? Who's your groups or
artists?
Do
you know what we're about to get into?
I don't know for sure. I do a lot of K-pop interviews, so I'm curious if I've come across.
You've interviewed people?
A ton.
What, they've been here?
Yeah, I've interviewed. Well, let's start with the top. BTS. I don't know how many times. I have a show called K-pop with JoJo on Kiss FM in LA Sunday nights.
What?
I'm serious. I mean, I'm my daughter is a crazy fan. So throw me some groups or artists.
OMG. Shush. That's crazy.
And every artist I've met in the K-pop world has been just super sweet.
Oh my gosh,
every single one of them.
Shush. We need to take a moment now.
Let's do it. Who do you got? Who do you love?
I'm just.
Should I just tell you who I've talked
NCT. No. NCT are my like current like favorites.
NCT Dream or NCT 127?
Oh wow,
or
yeah, you know.
Wavy and all that good stuff.
Okay, cool. 127, but followed by NCTU and then Dream.
Gotcha.
But honestly, back in the day, because honestly, like I'm a long time K-pop fan.
Right.
So, back in the day, it used to be Shiny. There was one called.
I don't know that one.
Right, you should get to know.
Okay.
Infinite was one as well, and there's a load of golf group like Red Velvet.
I know
FX,
Red Velvet,
yes.
Birthday, the track I hear all the time.
EXO.
I know of EXO, never chatted with EXO.
Wow. So who have you done?
Okay, BTS, obviously, Blackpink, aespa, Luna. Just talked to Twice the other day.
Okay, so just like really like
just had dinner with P1 Harmony.
Wow.
I mean, we went over
Dinner's
to
crazy.
we went to this Italian joint because I was trying to show them around LA, and they're the greatest guys ever.
OMG.
Yeah, a lot of people, and they're all super nice. And what I'm leading to is,
Have I met anyone?
have you thought about a collab with one? Or have you met? I guess you have to meet them before you collab, but
no, I haven't met any of them. And any K-pop groups or any have I met? No, I've never met any. I've only met CL from 21. And collab, I always think to myself like a collab would be insane, but I just couldn't imagine what it would even sound like.
Outside of K-pop, have you worked with Charlie XCX yet? I listened to her.
With her.
I was told that you really wanted to collab with her.
Yeah.
And I heard the interview you did with her, which was fun. But God, I would think that one of these things has to happen. Some K-pop collab because you're a fan and they got to be a fan of you.
Yeah.
And then Charlie, obviously.
Yeah.
But not yet.
Oh, well, you know what? Honestly, let me think. When it comes to collabs, it's actually like, it's like, I don't know. It's weird because when I have a song, the way that I usually like figure out a collab, like what to do is like, I'll have a song first. I won't ever write a song with someone else. I can't do that.
Right.
It kind of has to be like, I have a song and then it's like, okay, Charlie would slot in perfectly for this. Or like this person would slot in perfectly. I'm still waiting for the track. I'm still waiting for the track where I'm like, Charlie would slot in perfectly. But I would love to.
I bet, it's going to happen.
Actually would. No, of course it's going to happen. Of course it's going to happen. But yeah, I'm still waiting for that one. Because I've only, and bearing in mind, I've only done like 2 features and it was Willow. Well, 3. It was Willow and Now Ice and then Sam Galitri. And that was it. You look a bit like Sam.
Do I? Is that a good thing? Or
you look like Billy Joe Armstrong.
I've heard that before. I've heard that and Joe McIntyre from New Kids.
That's I don't know who that is, but you look like Billy Joe Armstrong.
Okay, I'll take that. That's a win. I'll take that. What are your family like? The crew that's been with you forever, fam, friends. What's their reaction to your success so far? Granted, you got a lot of places to go and a lot of things to do. I get it, but you've done a lot. What's their reaction?
I don't know if it's just like where I'm from, like not from, but like from. But I think when you spend a lot of time in London, you realize that people like don't get ahead of themselves. If that makes sense. Like people will not like bring out the champagne or like bring out the flipping fine china unless there's like something crazy. And basically, I feel like right now it's like obviously success has been so incredible so far, but it's kind of like everyone like I feel like that's around me knows that this is like only like a small part of the journey that's to come. So no one's like getting to, obviously you celebrate little like
but let's
successes.
Not go too crazy yet. Let's just
because when you do, it's like we're not, I always prefer when we just kind of like, take every little success in our stride as opposed to like making it a whole big blown out situation.
Right.
People know that about me, so that's why.
Same question to you. What's your reaction to all this stuff so far?
Oh my God. I honestly can't even explain. I don't know. It's weird. It's like I almost disassociate and like, I'm just like, wow, like, I don't know. And you know what is actually crazy? People, my friends always be like, oh, you're like Hannah Montana. And honestly, like that's how I see myself because I don't even really, it's like me and Pink are completely 2 different people. That makes any sense. It
makes a lot of sense because you almost, you become a different person on stage, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you're a different person.
And in your songs and like, I don't even speak the way that I sing. So like, it's just it's like it and like when I'm like doing regular stuff, I'm literally like not conscious of it, and then like I'll see something like a post about myself, I'll like laugh at it, being like, "Huh, lol, look at her," and I'm like, "Wait, that's me, it's me." And then I don't know. Honestly, though, like I'm so thankful, but things I manifest a lot, and I always just thank.
Manifesting is real, by the way. That manifest stuff works.
We were just talking about it. It's so real. And I literally, like, I thank who I need to thank, whether it's God or whoever it is, if it's the universe. I thank that whoever it is every single day, and I just keep it stepping, really.
Quick recap. Obviously, Boy's a Liar. It's out. I don't know if she's working on a debut album or not. I think my answer is I don't know, right? That's the correct answer. I have no clue. You're going to stay in a haunted hotel for me at some point and tell me what happens.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. What else do people need to know, PinkPantheress, or did we cover pretty much everything?
Yeah.
We did it?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. At the end of every interview, fist bump to make it official.
Oh.
Give me a love.
Wow.
Bam. Awesome.